So today we shall be going over a small book review. This is Sergeant Lamb of the Ninth and Proceed Sergeant Lamb, both written by Robert Graves, and it follows the accounts of Sergeant Lamb, who is a Irishman in the British Army, and it follows him as he serves in the American War of Independence. So, as you can guess, he's serving in the 9th Regiment of Foot, or the Fighting Ninth. So this is an Irish regiment. The story starts in Ireland, and essentially Sergeant Lamb is a real character. It's based. These books are kind of like embellished on top of memoirs of the real Sergeant Lamb, and essentially it follows his stories from Ireland all the way over to the wars in America. So when he goes over to America, he starts off in the war is already in full swing essentially, and they start off in Canada, and you follow him as he meets characters, meeting the Indians or Native Americans, and goes on to fight at Saratoga. The book actually ends after the Battle of Saratoga and the capture of the British forces there. It's very interesting, actually. Like the way it's written from his point of view, and it really gets you immersed into the story, and you see the war from his perspective. And it's nice seeing books written from the perspective of a loyalist. I know there's plenty out there. It's not like it's a, there's more American accounts than there are British. If anything, it's possible it's the other way around. However, I may be exposed to more British stories as opposed to American ones. But no, it's a good story. It feels very human, very real. Like it's not all just like battles and like action. There's it gives a real good insight to what it's like as a foot soldier in one of these regiments, and also like the politics behind the everyday American, the everyday colonists and their thoughts and feelings of the war. Proceed Sergeant Lamb, I'm about halfway through, so I can't say I've finished reading it yet, but essentially after Saratoga, Sergeant Lamb is captured. He makes his escape and finds himself in the Southern Theatre down in the Carolinas. But I mean, it's his capture. Yeah, it takes a good chunk of this book actually before he escapes, but it's it's very interesting. The whole story, it continues kind of like seamlessly from Sergeant Lamb of the Ninth. Definitely worth a read, and great books. And I'll have to thank Wargaming with Sarge again, because he recommended Sergeant Lamb, or there's the other book I've got actually is Sergeant Lamb's America, which is Sergeant Lamb of the Ninth. These are first editions that I got for a really good price actually off eBay. So if you find them, pick them up. Particularly Proceed Sergeant Lamb. It seems to be pretty hard to find. I was quite lucky with this double set. I mean, it is a bit beaten up. I believe this is a first edition. Well, it says it is, but we've got Donald McDonald, the original owner, I imagine. But definitely worth a read. Check them out, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now, chaps.